Imagine diving into Belize's crystal clear waters, expecting a vibrant underwater world, only to find silence, emptiness, and lifeless coral. It's a haunting image, one that raises a serious question. Are Belize's protected marine areas truly being protected? While the country has made impressive strides toward the United Nations goal of safeguarding 30% of ocean space, hitting the target is just one part of the journey. The real challenge? Making sure those areas are sustainably managed and thriving for generations to come. That's where the Belize Fund for a Sustainable Future comes in. Since its launch, BFSF has been channeling resources from the Blue Bond to support conservation efforts across the country. Executive Director Dr. Leandra Cho Ricketts explains how this initiative is helping turn policy into real, lasting protection beneath the waves.
That's a big focus of the fund, trying to make sure we find the right partners to connect with, to support initiatives and projects that can create meaningful and impactful changes and lasting changes on the ground. So all our grantees, they're selected through calls, and those calls look at particular areas of priorities, and today the areas we're looking at are directly relating to protection for biodiversity and focus on marine protected area management.
Climate change has taken a serious toll on our oceans, and Belize's coral reefs are no exception. Many have been slowly dying, struggling to survive rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns. But there's hope beneath the surface. Thanks to support from the Belize Fund, the local nonprofit called Fragments of Hope is leading the charge to restore what's been lost. From replanting corals to studying the effects of bleaching in places like Gladden Spit and Silk Key, they're working hard to bring our reefs back to life, one fragment at a time.
Laughing Bird Key was one of the best sites ever when I started to work because it had been hit tremendously by a storm, and we had lost about 90-something% of coral coverage around here. And at that point when I started, the coverage was building up back, meaning we were out doing a lot of work here, a lot of outplanting. Everything was thriving and looking great. Once again, the climate change and everything has been changing. We have had devastating loss. Especially last year, we have lost tremendous amount of corals around Laughing Bird Key.
In a country like Belize, where tourism is a major economic driver, a rich and diverse marine ecosystem isn't just beautiful, it's essential. But with climate change shifting the balance underwater, what's happening to the species that draw visitors from around the world? That's exactly what Mar Alliance is working to uncover. With support from the Belize Fund, they're tracking how marine life is responding to these changes, helping tour operators better understand and predict where key species might be found. Program coordinator Kira Foreman shares how this research is shaping the future of marine tourism.
We're looking at what we call megafauna. Megafauna, so everyone knows, is those big, iconic species like your sharks, your turtles, your rays. One of the things that southern Belize is known for is whale sharks. And within recent years, we're just not seeing those numbers. As a matter of fact, we're not seeing any at all. I think this year somebody saw one whale shark, which is almost to nothing. So our Belize Fund project, through that project, we're trying to figure out what's going on with our whale shark, where have they gone, will they come back, and what's going on with the other species as sharks, rays, turtles, the rest of the megafauna within the area.
A new high-tech surveillance camera has been installed at Laughing Bird Key National Park, named after the laughing gulls that live there. The cameras can rotate 360 degrees and see up to 9 miles, day or night. It became a key tool for the Forest Department and Southern Environmental Association, helping them monitor this fully protected no-take zone more effectively.
Even before the cameras went up, at our first Fisher Forum, we had made them aware that we would be putting up the cameras. And then once they were put up, we made them aware again. So every opportunity we have, we let them know about the cameras, that the cameras are there. What we have shared with them for fishers is that I think it also gives them a sense of security that if something goes wrong, that they feel that someone is watching it. So yes, it could be a contributing factor as to why we haven't had any incursions in the areas from our local people.
The Belize Fund splits its financing into two main streams, one for government projects and another for non-government organizations. Program Manager Josue Oliva says the goal is to make funding simple and accessible. They've also launched community grants to help grassroots and emerging groups get the support they need to make a difference.
It is a competitive process. As much as we would want to fund everyone, you know that, as Dr. Ricketts mentioned, there is just a sinking funds. So it has to be competitive. And how do we do competitive? We ensure that the projects that we get are aligned to at least one of our 4 thematic areas, right? Protection for biodiversity, sustainable fisheries, climate resilience, or blue business innovation.
Although the work of the Belize Fund is vital, it is not around forever. That is why the Trust is doing its best to prove how well-managed financing can protect biodiversity, support livelihoods, and strengthen national resilience in the face of climate change.
The Blue Bonds money is not infinite. It is a fixed amount, so we have sinking funds, which means the money comes in, we spend it, once it's done, it's gone. We have a total of 80 million US coming in until 2041. We're 3 years into that period, all right? So it was a 20-year period. We've gone for 3 years now doing operations, and we've invested roughly 25 to 26 million Belize already of that 80 million US.
Being a conservationist isn't easy. It takes grit, passion, and a whole lot of patience. But when organizations are given the right tools and support, something powerful happens, and they push through the challenges and keep fighting for what they believe in.
I have a very committed team, a very dynamic and committed team, and for the last couple of years I have found my team to be very committed. Whatever challenges, I like to say we don't have challenges, we just have situations that we deal with. Because when you put the word challenge, it seems like something so difficult to overcome. I think each area, whether it's financing, sustainable financing, and forest, each one of them comes with their own level of challenges.
As Belize steps up its efforts to protect our precious marine resources, there's one organization making sure every dollar counts, the Belize Fund. While stakeholders are out in the field doing hard work, the fund is behind the scenes, ensuring that every investment goes towards projects that will leave a real, lasting impact. Britney Gordon for News 5.